Hello, everyone. Hey, this is Tyler, and I'm out here in my shop. This is not the barn of splanification, but this is our country living grain mill, and they aren't cheap. This is the top of the line grain mill, but you can see the grain that we put in it is what I'm using is spring wheat, and I don't know if you can see it. There was wheat berries, and spring wheat or hard winter wheat, hard white wheat is not hard winter, but hard white wheat is good. Hard red wheat makes a very heavy loaf, a very dark loaf of bread. Most people, that's not what they're looking for when they want to grind wheat and make bread, and that's the reason a lot of people feel like it's been a failure. So, don't go for that. But go for one of those two. We have bought wheat from the LDS cannery stores. They are very friendly people, very helpful people, and they are open to selling to the public. Now, when it comes to these grain mills, this one has a great big V drive belt. You can hook this up to a bicycle drive. You can make this work off of a small, like a washing machine motor. You can power these things quite well. But when the power goes out, you've got a great big handle here. You can turn them by hand, and that really makes the difference. If you are contemplating a manual mill, then you need to try it or at least get a lot of reviews before you put your money down, because most of the little mills are they are very hard. They are arm busters to turn. This one I have brought to expos and preparedness conferences and had people grind it. In fact, we had a lady that would teach people how in a workshop how to make bread for the first time in their life. They were able to make bread and have it be successful, and they learned so many things. Well, the to get the flour for that, we had this grain mill set up, and people would come by and turn the crank, and they enjoyed turning the crank, and they produced all of the flour necessary for our workshop for the ladies to make bread. But I'll tell you, look at this. This isn't too hard to turn. And you can see the flour coming out, but the flour coming out is very fine. It's very, it's very usable. And just, I'm not really cranking hard here. This doesn't take a long time to turn, and you get quite a bit of bread or quite a bit of flour. Now, if you look at this flour is very, very fine. I'm sorry for the lighting in here, but this flour is it's bread flour, and it's done with one pass through. I have wheat berries up top. I'm getting flour coming out the bottom. That's just how simple it is. That's just how simple you want it. And you want it light enough so that a child can turn the crank and make flour. Those are the things that you find in a very, very expensive grain mill. Now, until you can save up for one of these are over $500 a piece. That's a lot of money. And fortunately, we sold enough at the expos and at the preparedness conferences that I was able to buy one simply from the commission I got for selling them. But they sold themselves when you see how easy they are to turn. And the ones that they sold the fastest to people who had already purchased a cheap grain mill, and they knew immediately the difference. And as soon as they grabbed that handle and started turning, oh my, what a difference! And honey, we got to get us one of these, because you're going to grind a whole lot of flour, and honestly, that much work, a little bit of savings is worth a lot. Now they've gone up a lot in price since we were doing preparedness expos, but any way you cut it, you get what you pay for. Now there are electric mills, and there are attachments to like the KitchenAid mixers and things like that. And if you can find one of those, especially a used one, that would be a good thing to get. Some of the electric ones are fine, they do a good job, but a lot of people are looking for something that can be manually operated. So you kind of look around and compare and, do your own homework, but don't, be careful. Don't jump at something for a low price, because it might be, and especially if you go to Craigslist or eBay or something like that, you may find them there at a really good price, but after you get it, you may find out why it was there at a really good price, and you'd be reselling it too. Anyway, hope this all helps. Just a short video. God bless.